All right, what's up, guys? Hopefully you have received your packages by now, and if you have received your package, after you read the instructions or the Maryland Flag Project sort of introduction, which you can do on your own time, what you want to do is start with the steps. Now, you should be able to follow these on your own just by reading them and following them along. It's sort of hard to tell somebody how to do all these things in writing, so I'm gonna work through them here real quick, and I'll also post this video on Google Classroom so you can go back and reference it if you need to. Alright, so it says during the step of the project you will prepare the backer board for the flag, draw layout lines to help you correctly line up the pieces, and glue or color and paint the red and white cross piece sections. Alright, so that's what we're doing. The first thing you want to do is get your big rectangle out. This is your 8 by 12 inch backer board, and you're also going to need both or one of your smaller rectangle pieces. All right, so it says find the big rectangle. You're going to divide the rectangle into 4 equal quadrants. You can use a ruler to do this by marking 4 and 6 and drawing perpendicular lines in the middle of the rectangle. So if you know what that means and you get it, then go ahead and just do it. So what you would do if you want to go that route is, I'm going to use a tape measure so you guys can see, is measure in 6 inches from the top, draw a little mark, 6 inches from the bottom, and draw a little mark, and you connect those 2 lines. Okay, if you have something like a speed square or a triangle, you can use that as well, but just a ruler will be fine. If those lines are marked correctly, that should be no problem. And then you would just, I'm gonna do it lightly, you would just connect those 2 lines just like that, okay? And then the same thing at 4 inches, 4 inches up from the bottom, and make a little mark right there. 4 inches on this side, make a little mark right there, okay? And what you're doing is you're finding the middle, and you can trust that these measurements are somewhat accurate. Half of 8 is 4, half of 12 is 6, and make your line like that. And that's basically what you're doing, is making that grid. Now, if you don't have a tape measure or a ruler or a straight edge, you can just use this, which also happens to be 4 by 6 inches, okay? So 6 inches this way, 4 inches that way, okay? Maybe you'll see where I'm going with this. So what you want to do is line it up flush. Now what flush means, and I call this finger flush, means lined up and flat on both edges. So something is flush, you can tell with your fingers that those surfaces are lined up. Okay, if they're not flush, it'll look like that, right? That is not flush. You can see with the shadow there, that is flush, nice and flush, okay? Line it up like that, flush on this edge here and flush on this edge here. If these are both square, then you'll make a square line or set of lines over here, okay? Hold it down like that, take your pencil and draw a line there and draw a line there. I'm trying to make this nice and dark so you can see the difference between this line and the last line. There you go, just like that, okay? And then do the same thing on the opposing corner, okay? And you should only have to do this twice. You don't have to do all 4 quadrants of the grid. You just need to do 2. Let's scoot this guy over just a little bit so that lines up, okay? And basically, what you should have is 1, 2, 3, 4 equal quadrants, just like that. So that's the same procedure, okay? Now, the next thing that you want to do once you have those is you can do a couple things. You can, if you have glue on hand, you can either cut these guys out and glue them to your backer boards there, right? Just like that. And those will go in quadrants 3 and quadrants 2, okay? This is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 4, okay? If you have those supplies. If not, then just wait and I will mail you wood glue to paste this down. And you can probably use wood glue to attach this as well if you want to. Okay, if you don't want to use the red printed one, then I also provided you with a cardstock version that you can color yourself. So you would just use your red ink pen or marker or crayon or paint or whatever you have, you know, to color in the sections that need to be read, and that way you can do the whole process yourself. So you can choose either this option, glue and paste it down, or you can color this one and glue and paste it down. Okay, just thought for you DIYers at home, if you wanted to do something a little more involved, you could do it that route. Typically and historically, what I've had kids do is cut these out on the bandsaw or a scroll saw or a coping saw in the wood shop. But obviously, I'm not sending you guys a saw home, so we're doing this with paper for this part. I'm going to send you the pieces you need for these guys in the next mailing. So I'm going to cut these out for you guys, and you guys will get to assemble these on your flags. So once you've done that step right there, step 2, okay, which is that Red Cross piece section there, what you can do is find the included triangle that I have for you guys. And